Right now, live at 5, the race to the White House continues as more votes get counted, where each candidate stands days after America voted. Back here at home, the winner of a race for a Minnesota House seat on the Iron Range remains in question when we could know the outcome. Plus,
KTAC is reopening, what this means for local communities.
And later, we're hearing from Minnesota deer hunters on their thoughts with this warmer weather.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look over the city of Duluth on this Friday Eve. We're continuing to follow election results across the nation and our area. But first, some good news for an Iron Range mine. Good evening. I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, we're hearing from the United Steelworkers Union after news that KTAC workers will finally go back on the job. The pandemic forced the mine to shut down in May, and workers have been laid off ever since. CBS3's Emma Quinn shares why the news couldn't have come at a better time and the pandemic precautions the workers plan to take.
It's been almost 6 months since Kewah and taconite workers have been laid off due to COVID-19, but with the mine reopening, brighter days are on the horizon for the community of Kewatin. The announcement of the mine's reopening came on Thursday. Officials say they plan to refill 400 positions as part of the restart. Currently, all employees are getting their return to work physicals and will start heading back to the mine as early as next week. United Steelworkers Union president says the timing couldn't have been better after a long, hard year.
It's great news for the communities, and being that the holiday season's right around the corner, it takes a lot of stress off families and members to get back to work and get back to what we do best, and that's mining.
KTAC expected to have its first pellet shipment in December. U.S. steelworker leaders say the pandemic is still on everyone's mind, especially as cases are rising here on the Iron Range, but they say they'll be following safety guidelines and taking it day by day.
Thanks, Emma. And KTAC is the last Iron Range mine to come back online after being idle due to the pandemic. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from the Kewatin Mayor, Bill King, and how the reopening is impacting the community. Meanwhile, Minnesota is reporting the most COVID-19 deaths in a single day since the pandemic began. 36 people have died. The state has also topped 5,000 cases for the first time, 1,500 cases higher than the previous record set just yesterday. State health officials and hospitals, statewide are bracing for more hospitalizations, which is a lagging indicator that usually follows case growth. State Department of Health experts say ICU beds in the greater Minnesota area are at 92% capacity and 98% in the Twin Cities. Now to some election news. The St. Louis County Auditor's Office says they have found and corrected vote tally errors that impacted unofficial results from 3 precincts. The issue affected the vote totals initially reported for the Minnesota House District 6A race between Representative Julie Sandstead and Rob Farnsworth. The errors came from 3 precincts, 1 in Toivola, 1 in Hibbing, and 1 in Vulcan Township. Hibbing's votes were counted twice, and they missed some absentee ballots in Vulcan Township. All errors were human-made.
We take our work and responsibility very seriously. We are being as transparent as possible because we want to assure people they can trust the system. The ballot counting process involves a human element, and humans make mistakes.
The auditor's office says they have fixed the errors and they're continuing to review results. As it stands right now, DFL incumbent Julie Sandstead is leading her Republican challenger Rob Farnsworth by just 41 votes in the race for the District 6A seat. We're told officials will still be counting ballots through Tuesday. The current slim margin is within the state's threshold for an automatic recount. We could be close to finding out the winner of the presidential election in the coming hours as the number of outstanding ballots in key states continue to be processed. Michael George is at Biden campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware, with a look at the state of the race.
The vote margins are tightening in favor of Joe Biden after the former vice president narrowly surpassed President Trump in Pennsylvania and Georgia.
It is clear that the Biden-Harris ticket will win the White House.
Top Democrats are already celebrating, though prematurely, with the race still too close to call. This morning, Georgia's Secretary of State announced there will be a recount.
The focus for our office and for the county election officials for now remains on making sure that every legal vote is counted and recorded accurately.
Here in Delaware, we're seeing the Biden team prep the stage here for a primetime address tonight with former Vice President Biden and his running mate Kamala Harris. That'll happen if the race is called for the Biden-Harris ticket. Meanwhile, President Trump continues to make unsubstantiated claims of voter fraud, and he's vowed to fight the election results all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court if he loses.
There's tremendous litigation going on, and this is a case where they're trying to steal an election.
The president's comments brought mixed reactions from Senate Republicans.
He made very, very serious allegations without any evidence to support it.
The president should fight hard.
As the vote counting continues, members of the Biden campaign are starting to put plans in place for a transition team. So now there's a recount planned in Georgia, and President Trump is demanding one in Wisconsin as well. But it may be an uphill battle for the Trump team. Historically, recounts have tended to only shift the race by a few hundred votes. I'm Michael George at the Biden campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware. We'll send it back to you.
And President Trump is still leading the vote count in the battleground state of North Carolina. CBS News has learned the Trump campaign will tap the president's advisor, David Bossie, to lead its litigation efforts in several states. Well, let's check in with Dave for a look at the weather. It's Friday. Deer hunting opener is tomorrow. A lot of people getting ready for a warmer than usual opener.
Yeah, including today where we set some fresh records yet again.
Boy.
Hopefully nobody sues about that. Let's take a look at the high temps that are coming in here so far. And these are preliminary totals as well. We've heard that plenty this week, haven't we? But we've set fresh records in places like Duluth and Ashland again into the 70s for a lot of towns. And tomorrow it's probably going to be fairly warm as well. But finally change is starting to come our way. It'll stay warm through the weekend, but the sunnier sky we've had for several days will start to depart as a low pressure system gets closer to our region. So I think we're going to be cloudy but dry on Saturday. Sunday gets a chance for some showers. Monday may get some thunder as that cold front starts to approach our region. And then flurries to light snow comes on Tuesday. I'll give you the latest theories on how much could come sticking in just a bit. But of course, first we'll take a look at the weekend forecast, which shows high temps still in the 60s, at least through Sunday. But Tuesday is a chillier story we'll tell more about coming up later on here in the newscast.
Great, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, an art exhibit is on display this month in Grand Rapids. Plus, volunteers are working to give back to students in Hibbing. City by City is next. And tonight at 6, with all the ballots cast, some of you may be wondering what to do with that yard sign. Well, one Northland group will happily take them off your hands.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3.
The Kelly Clarkson Show right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Warm up with Perkins' new pot roast specials featuring our pot roast stroganoff, fajita breakfast quesadilla, pot roast melt, and more. Available now for a limited time. Nothing sweetens the season like a fresh baked pie. Reserve yours today at perkinstogo.com.
Right now, millions of people and billions of devices are connected to the internet. Homes, businesses, hospitals, schools. The security and reliability of these connections are more important than ever. That's why at MediaCom, we've built a network to protect them. A network that sees threats, fixes problems before they occur, and keeps you going with 99.99% network reliability.
St. Anne's Assisted Living, here when you needed us before, here when you need us now. We're open for business. Call to schedule your personal tour now. 218-727-8831.
Hello, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. For the month of November, we are offering free upgrades to a premium wall system for all your bath and shower purchases. All of our products are backed by the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval and come with a lifetime warranty. You can still get one of our great financing options for low monthly payments or 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments till 2022. This offer ends November 30th, so call us today or go online to book your appointment. Bath Planet. out-of-this-world service and down-to-earth price.
When you needed results, we gave them to you.
We're well into election night as we await final results for national and state level election.
When you wanted accurate information in real time, we had it. Everything from the presidential election right down to your neighborhood. CBS3 was there.
What will you do to make sure those minors feel included if you are elected?
Live, local, CBS3, your station for campaign 2020.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from our Radisson cam on this Friday evening. Dave will have your full weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. A new art exhibit in Grand Rapids is on display this month, plus students at a Hibbing school got a playground edition thanks to a local Eagle Scout. We'll take you around the Northland city by city. We'll kick things off in Ashland, where the school district is preparing for a potential COVID-19 surge as cases in the surrounding area begin to rise. Superintendent Eric Olson says the district may return to 100% virtual learning if the cases continue to rise. This comes as several school employees went into lockdown after a COVID exposure, though the exact number of positive tests has been withheld due to confidentiality. Moving now to Hibbing, where one of the area's first female Eagle Scouts rallied volunteers for a special project. Under Scout Emily Marchetti's leadership, volunteers constructed a ball pit for students at the Assumption Catholic School in Hibbing. Emily is a member of Scout Troop 129. And finally, we'll finish off in Grand Rapids, where the McCrossy Arts Center is showcasing its exhibit of the month. November's exhibit comes from artist Dan Root and features large-scale handcrafted fish decoys. The center is also showcasing small-scale collages from Duluth artist Ashley Kolka-Lee. Artist enthusiasts can view the displays online or in person at the McCrossy Arts Center in downtown Grand Rapids. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, attention hunters, higher than average temps may impact your chances of seeing a deer this weekend.
And here's a live look at Highway 53 going through Virginia, which is usually quite busy on Minnesota Deer Opener Eve. We'll talk about the hunter's forecast and the forecast for everybody else as well, coming up in more detail in just a couple of minutes.
Season 2 is here, y'all. And yes, I am in an eye patch. How much more, Kelly, can it
get? The
get?
Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Cat Country 98.9.
One margarita, two margaritas.
Duluth and Superior's country station is Cat Country 98.9.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day.
Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Vaki every Tuesday at 10. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association, Range Regional Airport, and Miners National Bank of Evelyn. Only on Live Local CBS3.
We pursue the truth no matter where it leads us.
Sometimes all it takes is one person to make a difference.
Guess this is going to be our new normal.
Can Judge Carmichael be unbiased?
There is nothing that you can do that's going to change what she's going through.
I chose to do the right thing. My character is still on trial.
Maybe it's time you let it out.
For black women, there are a whole other set of rules that do not apply to you.
All Rise returns November 16th on CBS.
Moving to mornings, obviously, with Jenna, I had worked weekends with her, and it was great. We're always there to be able to still joke around, still have that personality, but still obviously bring the news, the weather.
Caitlin has been there since day one when I first started at CBS3, and she's super knowledgeable about meteorology. She loves it, and she's so interested in teaching other people things about it as well. And I just think we're such a good pair for that reason.
Watch Jenna and Caitlin in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. on CBS3.
Northwest Outlet is your ARE truck topper headquarters.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station. 95 KQDS.
CBS3 weather is brought to you by Continental Ski and Bike. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, our long warm spell has now also become a dry spell. Low relative humidities thanks to high air pressure and warm temperatures the past several days now has the National Weather Service issuing near critical fire danger for east central Minnesota, head of the lakes, northwestern Wisconsin, and a slice of the UP here, perhaps through the weekend. What we need is some rain to solve this problem. And, of course, the Weather Service is saying hunters in these zones here, especially Minnesota, yeah, for Wisconsin and the UP, the season hasn't opened yet. But especially on the Minnesota side of the border, be careful with your campfires at deer camp here this weekend. Come Sunday, there is a chance for some precip to come across and start solving this problem. And if Sunday's chance doesn't pay off, we'll get another one on Monday and Tuesday as well. And during that time period, our warm spell will give way to a cold snap. So nothing lasts forever here in our Northland as far as weather goes. And indeed, the change will come here beginning as early as tomorrow. A slow process of transformation, but it will change. Right now at the airport, we still have the warm spell going on at 68 degrees and a relative humidity reading of only 32%, of course, is not easing that fire threat out there. South-southwest wind at 16 miles per hour is fanning the potential for flames as well. And the air pressure right now, well, it's at 29.79 inches of mercury, and that's actually starting to come down a little bit now as our high-pressure cell slips away and a low comes in to cloud us up for tomorrow. Temperatures right now include the 60s, mid to upper 60s in the UP, and 64 to 70 in northwestern Wisconsin, and North Shore numbers in Minnesota in the 60s, east central Minnesota numbers near 70. Once you get towards the Iron Ranges, though, it falls into the 50s, and that's another sign that our warm spell is transitioning away very slowly, though, so temperatures will stay warmer than normal probably through Monday. It's Tuesday when things will crash down into the 30s. Doppler map right now shows clouds trying to increase here as a low-pressure system comes our way from the west, and it should make things cloudy for our Saturday, but I think we're going to stay dry around here. But it may become just a little bit wetter once we get into Saturday and the low-pressure system gets closer. On Sunday, it brings a chance for rain showers when it leads with its warm front. Then come Monday, we may get some late-season thunderstorms as the cold front starts to nudge through. And by Tuesday, the cold front will have passed. The colder side of the low will be with us, and flurries to light snow could be around. And for Tuesday into Wednesday morning, that might mean a trace to even 2 inches of snow. And so hopefully that helps put the fire danger down as well. Well, let's put down some temperatures to look at here tonight in Minnesota. And the range of low temps will be very warm, 40 to 50 above. Partly cloudy sky up above us all. And that'll spill into Wisconsin and Michigan, too, with low temps there, 49 to 53 degrees. That's a summer-style range of low temps. Then for tomorrow, with partial sunshine in Wisconsin and the UP, our range of high temps still much warmer than normal, 63 to 68. We're looking at a little bit of colder weather here in the arrowhead of Minnesota at the tip. Cook County in the 50s, but or lower 50s. But the rest of Minnesota, 57 to 65. And eyeing up the extended forecast here, we stay warmer than normal on Sunday, still warmer than normal on Monday. It's Tuesday when that low-pressure system starts to nudge out of our region here. We drop into the 30s and then persistently stay there, Kristen, all the way through next Friday. Normal high temp is around 40, so we'll go from warmer than normal to cooler than normal. And by the time we write the record books at the end of the year, they just might balance each other out.
And you know, it might be a warmer start to deer hunting, but it's going to cool off, and hunting lasts for a while, so we'll get back to those normal temps.
The second week of deer camp looks to be a chillier one.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Dave. With Minnesota's deer hunting season opening tomorrow, hunters are gearing up and preparing for what looks like one of the warmest opening days ever. CBS 3's meteorologist Alex Libby is live in front of Fisherman's Corner in Pike Lake. Alex, I'm sure it's been pretty busy there today. What are those hunters doing differently to prepare for these warmer temperatures?
Well, I know at least one thing they're doing differently is not layering up. They don't have to buy a whole bunch of layers. As you can see, I'm outside in a t-shirt in November, which is just crazy to think about, but that's what 2020 has been doing so far. When I did talk to staff in there earlier today, they're saying that they had hunters as far away as New Jersey come and get licenses today. And just a few weeks ago, we talked with hunters who were excited about the snow on the ground. They're excited to see the deer better. They're excited to be able to track the deer. But unfortunately, this weekend, they're preparing for a whole different forecast. And I talked to avid hunter Bryce Harris earlier today, and he said the warm temperatures aren't really that great for the movement of the deer, but they will make it a lot more comfortable for him in his tree stand.
Generally, I sit up in my deer stand. Most of the time, I only make it 3 or 4 hours, but with warmer days like this, I should be able to stay out there all day.
Harris says that he's excited to just get out in the woods because he has seen a lot of deer on his trail cam as of lately. And talking with staff here today, they said the sale of local licenses hasn't really been that much different than last year. It's been pretty good. But the sale of out-of-state licenses seems to be down. But they're blaming that on the pandemic and people buying those licenses online.
Well, one thing I know for sure, Alex, warm temperatures, cold temperatures will not stop those avid hunters from hitting the woods. Thanks, Alex. Well, with this warm weather, the DNR wants hunters to know that fire danger is high right now. Blue means moderate fire danger, but the area in yellow shows high fire danger. And you can see that includes Carlton and Pine County areas. Red, which you can see in the southwestern part of the state, indicates extreme danger. The DNR says it only takes one spark to ignite a wildfire. They're asking hunters to avoid driving or parking on dry grass. They recommend keeping a shovel and water with you to help put out any flames, and never leave a campfire unattended. Meanwhile, hunters may have noticed ammo is hard to come by right now. Retailers we spoke with say it's the largest ammo shortage in recent history. It's being blamed on the pandemic. Spokespeople at outdoor stores like Fleet Farm say they've had a difficult time keeping shelves stocked this season. They also say if you still haven't bought your ammo for tomorrow's opener, you might be out of luck. Fleet Farm reps added many of their ammo suppliers have ramped up production to meet the continued demand. Still to come, Superior Street is one step closer to being completely open to traffic.
November is Black Stainless Month at Johnson Mertz, and the best time to save big on brands you love, including Whirlpool. Whether you're replacing one appliance or your entire kitchen suite, consider Whirlpool's Black Stainless as a softer, warmer alternative to traditional stainless steel. Plus, its fingerprint-resistant finish makes cleanup a breeze. So hurry in during Black Stainless Month and upgrade your kitchen with Whirlpool appliances. Johnson Mertz, it's a trusted name.
Coming up tonight, Key County's reopening, what this means for local communities.
Our warm spell has also led to a dry spell, and now the fire dangers pop back up. I'll talk about who has to worry for the weekend.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
Hi, I'm Matt Hunter, president of your local United Way. Head of the Lakes United Way fights for the basic needs, education, financial stability, and health of every person in every community that we serve. We fund more than 70 local nonprofit programs in our region. Now more than ever, our communities need your support. Invest in your community. Give where you live. Join us and live united. Head of the Lakes United Way. Give, advocate, volunteer. HLUnitedWay.org/donate.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
When a crisis strikes, cash is the best form of relief. It can easily be transformed into health services, water, food, or clothes. Cash can travel everywhere and aid people all around the world. Donate. Smart. Fast. Donate cash.
Red Zone Live is the perfect opportunity to get all of your local high school football in one place. And you're getting perspective and analysis from a former player himself, right, Neil?
That's right, Kelly. I played 4 years in the high school level and 4 years in the college level.
You can't help but feed off the energy of all these schools and all these athletes. I'm Kelly Hinsa.
And I'm Neil Viersba.
You can watch Red Zone Live following the news every Friday night during the high school football season starting at 10:20 on CBS3. Season 2 is
The
here,
Kelly
y'all.
Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
City officials say Superior Street will reopen to traffic in about a week. From now until the street reopens November 16th, drivers can expect electrical work, concrete and blacktop being poured, and striping Lake Avenue to 2nd Avenue West. Many ramps are also still offering free parking if you enter and leave within an hour. The road in that area has been closed since the spring. For more project updates, you can head to our website. St. Scholastica announced they won't be able to hold their annual community Thanksgiving meal at the deck during the pandemic. But organizers will still deliver meals to homes. Officials will be creating meals for those who have to stay home. They'll also have a traditional Thanksgiving dinner family meal kit for those who are served through Second Harvest Food Bank. Families in Duluth, Superior, Proctor, Hermantown, and surrounding areas are eligible. You can find more information and a link to sign up on our website. A salute to first-generation college students in Superior today. Community members, along with the University of Wisconsin-Superior, held a virtual ceremony honoring students who are the first in their family to get a college degree. The event highlighted students, faculty, and staff with speakers talking about their experiences. Currently, half of UW-Superior students are the first in their families to attend college. Meanwhile, the University of Wisconsin system is reporting a decrease in enrollment. According to preliminary data, overall enrollment at the 13 universities is down nearly 2% compared to last year. Enrollment for first-year students saw a 6% drop.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the slow drip of crucial votes in the swing states. What we know about the remaining battleground ballots and the question on everyone's mind, when will we know who will be the next president of the United States? Plus, President Trump wages a legal war. Will his litigation strategy contesting the votes from all those important battleground states pay off? And COVID relentlessly continues, reaching another sobering height. That's all just ahead here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Get out and experience the great outdoors this winter with gear from your friends at Continental Ski and Bike. Continental has Alpine, Nordic, and fat biking gear for the whole family. Looking to tune your current gear? Let Continental technicians tune up your skis for your next adventure.
There's something going on at Sammy's. New artists are taking the reins. They're well trained by the old masters. Welcome to the Saucy New.
What do you get when you add care from Essentia Health and coverage from UCare? Essentia Care, now available for a more affordable price. Essentia Care's Medicare Advantage plans have premiums that start at $0 per month in select counties. You'll be able to see your Essentia Health provider at our 15 hospitals and 71 clinics. Plus, Essentia Care plans allow you the freedom to see any provider who accepts Medicare. Compare and shop plans at ucare.org/EssentiaCare.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
It is the question that matters the most.
¿Dónde está?
That takes you behind the story.
Robert.
It drives everything we do. It is the foundation of trust.
Who did all of this?
And the truth that propels us forward.
What did you make of that?
It is the question. One word, 3 letters long. And without it, our purpose,
that's news,
and our freedom fade. This is why.
Season 2 is
much more, Kelly, can it
The
get?
Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Spirit Mountain on this Friday. Let's take a quick look at some of today's top stories, and we'll see what's coming up tonight at 6. Kewanee Taconite will soon be up and running again after almost 6 months of sitting idle due to COVID-19. Keetac was the last mine on the Iron Range to reopen after the pandemic caused the majority of mines to shut down. Around 400 people are expected to head back to work as early as next week. All employees must pass a return to work physical before clocking back in. Union President Dan Pierce says the reopening relieves many employees' stress after a long and hard year. Meanwhile, the St. Louis County Auditor's Office says they have found and corrected vote tally errors that impacted unofficial results from 3 precincts. The issue affected the vote totals initially reported for the Minnesota House District 6A race between Representative Julie Sandstead and Rob Farnsworth. The errors came from 3 precincts, 1 in Toivola, 1 in Hibbing, and 1 in Vulcan Township. And coming up tonight at 6, with Minnesota's deer hunting season opening tomorrow, hunters are gearing up and preparing for what looks like one of the warmest opening days. Only a few weeks ago, hunters were excited when some early season snow was on the ground, but now they're preparing for a completely different forecast. Tonight we hear from area hunters to get their thoughts on the temperature change. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you right back here at 6.